you about somebody who is upset over how things happened between the two of you. And I think there's this assumption or knowing that you may be completely unaware of the sad emotions they've been feeling, the fact that they've missed you. They might be the type of person who has a reputation for not really expressing emotions or getting emotional, letting people see any kind of like crying, for example, would be not what they want. But in this situation, it does seem like they are more emotional than in others. And so we have this desire to have a conversation and see if there's a way to work this out and get back together. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchenta. I hope you're having a good day so far. Hello again, Santiago. Let me know if the sound is working for you this time. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Be Aware, how are you doing? Hello, Gab. All right, let's dive in with the Pulp Tarot and see what we've got going on for this person who has been a bit sad. It's the middle of the week. Are you all getting excited for the weekend? It's actually like decent weather this week, so I kind of am. All right, we have the Ace of Wands, Six of Cups, and Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So somebody who feels a sense of like loss, serious loss, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, with regards to a connection from their past, wanting to have a second chance. Yeah. I don't know that this person has chased someone before like that, you know? If things were over, I feel like this person was just kind of like, yeah, okay, that happens. There's something about you that's different. I don't think they've been this emotional over someone. So we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups in the reverse. I think this is someone who most people assume are not interested in that long-term relationship, and they're trying to make the decision, am I going to make this offer and suggest that we be in a relationship, or should I continue about, you know, how I usually do? Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Gab. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? Hello, Akash. Hello, Kevin. What's up? Hello, James. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Devil. There is not a lot that this person, we'll call them the King of Wands, or sorry, the King of Cups. There's not a lot that this person can focus on at this time. It feels like everything else just seems like it should be on, I don't know, autopilot. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. Do I want to actually be with this person, or am I going to kind of settle back into my old ways? Because there's fear that you don't actually want this, or that you would inevitably reject them. Interesting that I called them the King of Wands before it came out, but this is clarifying the King of Cups, Moon in the reverse, and the World in the reverse. I can't be secretive anymore, so if I want to have a second chance with you, I acknowledge that the cost of admission is probably my being honest about my emotions. I don't see any reason why you would entertain a second chance with me unless I show that there's some sort of improvement on that front, right? All right, this is the Love Oracle. what else? Hello, Magma. Did I say it right? How are you doing? We've got healing, releasing, purifying, cleansing, twin flame, and conflicted. So some of you may already feel like you are dealing with a twin flame connection. Others of you may be a little bit new to that phrase. Some of you may have seen some YouTube content that is a little bit sensationalized, or it's like they take shortcuts. I feel like it's one of those concepts that people can go down a rabbit hole and get a little bit caught up on, because it can often be implied or even outright stated by some people that if this is your twin flame, then you two are going to end up together. These two are supposed to be together. I would apologize to those of you who've heard me say this over and over again, but the twin flame journey is not about you finding some perfect other half. The twin flame journey is about you having such a deep connection with somebody else who can mirror back what's going on to you, so that you choose to do all of the things you need to demonstrate how much you love yourself. So at its core, it is about knowing your self-worth. And even if that means this person doesn't go through that healing process that they need to, and it leaves you feeling conflicted as to whether or not to be with this person, some twin flame journeys are going to end with somebody deciding to move on and not wait around anymore for that. It's about having that ability to rely on your discernment or intuition. And I've got to write down, hello Priyanka, how are you doing? Mokuldev, feelings, today and next action. I got you, Priyanka. Thank you for the tip. Hello, Shen. How are you doing? Hello, Troy. Hello, Federico. What's up, bestie Tiana? Oh, I've heard that those can be problematic, Mimi. I hope your day is off to a good start. Why is he not talking as much? Is he busy? I've added that for you, Priyanka. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So we've got someone who's conflicted. This is our King of Wands, King of Cups in the reverse. Remember, this does not have to be a man. This is just energy that we're reading. But it's someone who's struggled to deal with those emotions. And yet we have the King of Wands in the upright because they feel some sense of empowerment or courage that they can take this on, even though in the past it has seemed like it was too tall a mountain. So whoever is the twin flame of this King of Wands has felt like they were, you know, taking some time for themselves, maybe being a little bit of a loner, and realizing that there are different ways to view the twin flame dynamic, different ways to view what you've learned from this situation, and an acceptance that there might be a divine counterpart that shows up in your life if your twin flame is not doing their work. That's generally how I've seen it anyways, is if you do right by what you need to heal from or what you need to address, and your twin flame is stuck or unwilling to approach that, then there is a new divine counterpart that shows up, someone who has done the work. Hello, Chris. Are you on? I don't know. You tell me. Hey, Daryl. I would welcome you back tomorrow if you could approach the live chat without trying to do the fire and brimstone thing. We like to make space for religious freedom. People have different beliefs, and that's okay. That's what makes the world go round. Past life and karma. Deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons, consequences, cause and effect, debts. So both of you had some debts to pay as far as your karma is concerned. And if you have made considerably more progress in that front than they have, they don't get like, you know, for the weirdest reason, I don't even know what reason, but I'm hearing 18 years. You don't get like Kanye West song. You don't get like forever to try to fix this when you've got a train to catch for the twin flame journey. So I do feel like this is kind of like that last opportunity for this King of Wands to actually move forward with their healing and find a second opportunity or a chance with their twin flame. What should we use? Ooh, I know. We gotta make use of the brand new tarot deck again. So this is Prisma Visions, and it has 7 additional cards. Yesterday I struggled a little bit with what those mean, but thank you to Dracula, now I know what they mean. Oh, thank you, Tiana. How will my state licensing exam go tomorrow? Ooh, I will be sending you so much positive energy, but let's make sure we ask that and see what it says. State licensing exam. If you all don't mind sending some positive vibes towards Tiana for her exam, I would certainly appreciate that. Hello, Sri, how are you doing? I'm not sure why you're asking me that question, but if you ask me, I think ownership is very different from stewardship, and I much so prefer the concept of stewardship. Not that something is yours to do with as you please, but rather that it is an obligation for you to maintain or keep it up or even make it better than it was when you received it. Hello, Nadi, how are you doing? I appreciate that, Tiana. Hello, Devin. So we have the King of Pentacles, and it's clarifying our 6 of Pentacles. There's this desire to let go of what has been fearful. Notice he's grabbing the bull by the horns, which is a phrase that talks about taking action, right? Fearlessly. Even though there has been some insecurity or some fear that has held this person back from pursuing something serious, they are contemplating doing what they need to do to be able to finally offer that long-term connection. I do feel like this involves forgiveness. With the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, there's some resentment or anger, or somebody who made them feel less than. They need to forgive this person, and I feel like they've identified that. If I can let go of this resentment, I can make room for the love that I feel for you instead, right? I hope you have a better day, Yolanda. Hello, Lucy. Oh, I love that you're doing that. Thank you. Yes, I like that quote, Mamie. Hello, United States. What's up? So I don't know if there are books that I would recommend aside from just, you know, the first couple of tarot decks that you get. You should probably get pretty cozy with the reference guides or the books that tell you what the meanings of the cards are. But aside from that, I would just say, you know, watch a few of your favorite tarot readers. You'll begin to see that each tarot reader has a little bit of a different take, even though there's a common theme. That might be easier than books, a little bit more interactive. We have the 6 of Swords. Somebody who sees a path to a better life. Two of Cups in the reverse. I could have a beautiful life if I stepped up and did right by this person who loves me. I could address, you know, what went wrong in our connection. I could benefit from that positive energy in my life, but I could also leverage this as, you know, justification for finally letting go of that anger or that resentment that I've been holding on to. But do I actually do it? Or are they just gonna think about it, right? They're just at the precipice. Queen of Swords in the reverse, Two of Swords. Yes, the crossroads. But the Queen of Swords in the reverse tells me that this is somebody who feels like it's not natural to them, or it's not easy for them to start a conversation about emotions or finish a conversation about emotions, and make sure that they actually shared them. Like, this is in their mind a huge undertaking, even though for some of you it might seem like, well, you know, I know it's not easy, but you just, like, you know, band-aid, rip it off, just say it. It's more difficult for them. The Queen of Swords in the reverse to me is saying this is somebody who is very used to keeping their feelings to themselves, or has been over a long period of time, either in a relationship that was romantic or with their family, had been kind of trained to keep their emotions to themselves, because bringing them up ended up with arguments or difficulties of some sort. He loves you too. Hello, Vishal. How are you doing? Very succinct way to say it, Rachel. All right. So we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse and the Hanged Man in the reverse. I know I've been stubborn. I know that I have, you know, probably adopted some of those behaviors that were not healthy, or, you know, justified keeping things to myself, because that way, you know, I never really let somebody know who I really am, or I didn't give them full access, so I could just come up with some reason why things didn't really work out, and it wouldn't be because you don't like me, right? I'm not bothered by you, Kevin. I'm just trying to do the reading. What else do we have? Eight of Cups in the reverse. Seven of Cups, or Seven of Chalices. The Sun and the Page of Pentacles. These cards are so beautiful. So here's the Eight of Cups, or Eight of Chalices, which is a card that talks about walking away. But the beautiful thing about walking away is that it often means you're walking towards what it is that you want. The thing is, the Eight of Cups is in the reverse. So this is somebody who's walking back around. It's like, you ever go through the grocery store and they have some ridiculous way of setting up their things? Like, why do we have to have pickles in two different places? Why do we have to have cheese in two different places? Why do I need to pick which bread spot has what I need? I don't know. Irritating. But you know, you get like 3/4 of the way through the grocery store and you're like, ugh, I need to go back to the salad dressing aisle. That's lame. And then you have to like walk against traffic, and people are like looking at you like you don't know how to like operate within a grocery store. This is somebody who's feeling a little bit nervous because they are anticipating or contemplating going back around for something that they left behind that they do really want. It's you. So they're contemplating their choices, right? Seven of Cups, just like earlier. Thinking about, okay, what could I say? What could I do? Do I bring a gift? Do I go on a trip and ask you to go with me? What do I do? I think they're leaning towards buying a gift, but also making sure that they communicate that things will be different. I'm not asking for a repeat of the same thing. I understand things now that I didn't before. So I don't know what this card makes you think of, but I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be flowers. I see like melted crayons, which makes me happy for some reason. It makes me feel like we have somebody who's accommodating for other walks of life or other approaches to emotions instead of just the one that was a bit negative, right? Hello, Stephanie. How are you doing today? Really? Ready to close. I got you. Chapter on. See, what would he do or say? Thank you for the tip, Stephanie. I've got you added to the list. You are the third one on the list, and it looks like we're about 10 minutes away from that. Yup, gotta love that new moon energy, right? FNA wants me to do a British accent. I don't know if I would want to like potentially insult my British folks who do genuinely talk in a delightful manner. Because I have this horrible thing where I'll start off with like a pretty decent British accent, and then for some reason it like morphs into like Australian like halfway through. Or, you know, Canadian. I can pretty consistently do a Minnesota accent though. Knight of Chalices or Knight of Cups in the reverse. This person is moody. This person is sad. This person is missing you. They're wondering, am I like in too negative a headspace right now to pull something like this off? I have to make sure that I have this like happier disposition, or, you know, I can't be moody if I come back around and ask you for another chance. So timing is definitely something they're pondering. What can I do to make sure that I come back around at the right time? Hello, Terry. How are you doing? Hello, A-T-Y. Across the pond. This is the Pause Tarot. We've got the Four of Cups. So you want to know what other people view your twin flame as? This right here. Go away, I'm busy. I'm looking at cat memes. But you're a cat, so I like them. This is someone who's like not easy to get to know. They keep everybody at a distance. And they cannot seem to get you out of their head. They've had to finally be honest with themselves about the fact that they do have feelings. It's not just, you know, physical attraction, or, you know, you tell some nice jokes now and then, or Lauryn Hill reference, you wear nice jeans. No, this is someone who has argued probably with others, maybe felt like a little resistant to the idea that they're actually in love, but they have finally been accepting of the idea that this is not your regular connection. This is not something that they could just easily walk away from and forget, you know? Thank you, Dead Alive. I appreciate that. Just so you know, I do have a second channel. There's no ads on it. I haven't monetized it. But I just read from my favorite books, like Edgar Allan Poe. And that's in the description box for you. Hello, Cherry. How are you doing? Oh. Issues? I know, maybe. Isn't it adorable? If you can't tell, I do have a deep love for cats. That's so cute. All right, Three of Swords, High Priestess, and the Ten of Wands in the reverse. This is like an ice cream sandwich, but it's bread instead of cookie on the outside. You're like, okay, well, there's good stuff, but also there's still hesitating on forgiving this person from their past. They're still thinking about how people do them wrong. They're still expecting more so for things to go poorly between the two of you than willing to trust you the way that they used to or should. When I say used to, it might have been in a previous life, but this is like, when I think about how I'm supposed to approach this connection, it makes me uncomfortable. When I think about telling you how I feel, I get itchy. They're like, no, I don't wanna. Hello, Grindhard, how you doing today? That's where I got it from, Rachel. Hello, Mark, how are you doing? Yep, totally. Oh, I'll be keeping Booger in my prayers. Booger the cat, just in case you guys are curious out there who aren't maybe paying attention to the live chat. Yes, every Wednesday we pray for the boogers. You know, all of them. Oh, thank you, Magda. I really hope I'm not saying your name wrong. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I shall write down random and we will see what comes out for you. Thank you for the tip and the compliment. We have strength in the reverse. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we veering off course here? 7 of Wands. This person is like back and forth, back and forth. Like, make up your mind. I don't know if they're literally pacing or if they're like getting advice from two people who feel very differently. Like, you should never change, just continue to hurt people and avoid love at all costs. And then another friend over here is like, nah, you can handle it. What are you, afraid? They're back and forth. So for those of you that are no contact, part of the no contact, like the reason for it is, I don't know if I should actually like let you walk away or walk away myself, or if I have it within me to actually do right by this connection. But if I do have it within me, then should I do that? You know? Hello, Ruby. How are you doing? Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. I sure appreciate it. We have the 6 of Cups, 10 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Whew. Had me worried in the first half. But now we have Temperance, which is telling me that everything is going to be okay. Also, we have this 6 of Cups and 10 of Swords in the reverse, which makes me feel like somebody has realized there are like habits or things that I've done for a long time, and I don't know where I necessarily learned them from, or maybe I do, but I know that they're not conducive to a healthy relationship. So if I know that I need to communicate better, if I know that name calling's bad, or if I know I get a little bit out of hand when I'm competitive and playing Risk, if I know these things need to be dealt with and I deal with them, if I know I need to forgive someone from my past and I do that, then could I be happy with this person? Because they seem like my perfect person. Is it not then worth it for me to do what I need to do to like be with them? They're thinking. What's up, Thomas in Scotland? I hope you're doing well. Hello, Rogue. Thank you for the gift. Hello, Holy Yoga. Thank you for the floating heart. It's true. So we have 3 of Pentacles in the reverse and the King of Wands. Okay. The gauntlet has been thrown. It has been thrown on the ground. Or like someone's taking their driving gloves and going. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse is like, we ain't friends anymore. So I feel like this negative influence. Either we have a, like, we're going to let go of that. That's not going to be a part of my everyday. Or I'm not going to spend all of my time you know, anxious and irritated by someone, I can let go of that connection, or I don't have to be friends with that person, or I can go no contact with that person in my family. This King of Wands is saying, okay, let's clean it up. Let's deal with this. I know I've had somebody who encourages kind of immature behavior in my life, and maybe it's not necessarily that we have to go no contact. Maybe we just can't hang out for a little while. Maybe we need to have a serious conversation, but something has to change because I don't want to continue to do those same behaviors, right? I have the ability to make that change, but I need to accept that there are some influences that have made it difficult for me. So I'm proud of this King of Wands. Very good. This is the situations deck. Let's see what else we get. Oh, thank you, Lucy. How does he feel about me? Is he worth investing in? And what do the cards want me to know right now? Awesome. I've got that added. Thank you for the tip, Lucy. You are the 5th one on my list. That's correct, 5th. I am going to start those personal questions after I pull a few from the situations deck, okay? So probably like 3 more minutes, maybe 2. Hello, Moki. How are you doing? Oh, I do love Hawaii. I spent some time there when I was 18 on Maui. I loved, let's see, it was Lahaina. I loved Kihei and Ka'anapali. I probably said that wrong, but I love that place. It's beautiful. All right, so we have happiness, wholeness, overjoyed, smiling. They're thinking about how happy they would be if they were to do right by the situation and actually get the second chance. They know how sad they are when they don't have any chance at all with you, right? Thank you, Nasika. I hope I said that right. My mom says that, Rachel. I love that. Hello, Balance. How are you doing today? All right, who wants to tip me 20 cents so that it'll be 33.33? I'm just kidding. So we have on the table and offer and history, past happened. This is somebody maturing. This is somebody acknowledging there's work to be done, but I got muscles. There's change that needs to happen, but I'm capable. There's feelings that need to be vocalized, but I think I can handle it, right? Is this thing on? Like, they're getting ready. It's like they're stretching before a run, you know? Hello, Rupali. How are you doing? Hello, 516. What is up? Ooh, we have some gossip. There's immature friends in the social community around this King of Wands, and I do feel like they have acknowledged that there needs to be a chat, there needs to be some boundaries established, like, hey, we've been friends for a long time, you know, I appreciate you, but I do have to change this in my life, and if that's something that's not okay with you, if you know, don't see that working out, I understand, and like, no hard feelings, but I do think it has to do with gossip. You know, if you're only going to be my friend if I go out drinking with you and, you know, try to hook up every Friday, then we probably can't be friends. If you're going to tell me to break up with everybody, no matter who I'm trying to date, because you just don't think love is real, then, you know, I don't think I want to have that energy around me. There is definitely some physical attraction here. I feel like that's the least shocking part of this reading. You have an attraction to them, they have an attraction to you. The thing is, that's not enough. They have to be able to, you know, navigate those emotions. So they have to demonstrate that for you. They know they need to have some opportunity to speak to you in person, because it could kind of get mangled if they just rely on text messaging. It could be like FaceTime, right? But they think that the actual visual, like look at my body language and my eye contact and things like that, would help their case as far as expressing those emotions and coming through as genuine. All right, we're going to switch over to those personal questions. We'll start with the Earth and Bones Tarot. Thank you, and aloha. Hello, Jamaica. Hello, Sumik. So we've got Priyanka up first. What are Mokul Dev's feelings today for Priyanka? Ooh, a little over the place. Queen of Petals or Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. 9 of Petals or 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. I think he's wondering if you're talking to someone else. There's a concern here that perhaps you are not as serious for some reason. This could be saying like fearful of money issues, but I think this is more so, I don't know that you would like choose me, or I don't know that I could trust you. Because we also have the King of Cups or King of Jars in the reverse. This is telling me this is like, I don't know if I can trust you right now. So I don't know what happened. It seems like a shift towards the negative. Hello, Sire. Thank you for the tip. Let me add you to the list, please. General reading and anything I need to know. Got you. Thank you so much. Hello, Carlos. How are you doing? Or is it Carlo? Probably Carlo. I hope you're having a good day. So what about next actions? Temperance in the reverse. 10 of Crystals, 10 of Swords, and Queen of Wicks or Queen of Wands. He's worried about you feeling like it's not good enough. I don't know if this is just his insecurity or if you said something or did something that makes him a little bit cautious, but it feels like he's pulled back a little bit. He could be concerned about looks. Is he good enough looking for you? Are you out of his league? Does he think that she's out of his league? Yeah. He's worried that you won't be attracted to him. So this could cause some issues where you see kind of like hot and cold behavior where it's like, yeah, no, she's into me. And then there's a little bit more like confidence, but that erodes every now and then. And that insecurity comes through a little bit more. And I feel like that causes like the let go or the pull away, right? The give me some space. So is he busy? He is busy, but he's also like making it worse than it needs to be because of worrying about those looks. Are you actually attracted to me, or is this like something that would fall apart? Would you just find somebody that you're more attracted to later on, right? Rachel. You guys, this is cracking me up. Thank you for being good humored about it, Carlo. If you need a new nickname, we'll call you Tuart. So I want to make sure, like, is he trying to be unavailable for Priyanka? He's trying to be unavailable right now. He is busy, but he's making it worse than it needs to be because he feels worried about, I think, his looks, whether or not you would be like, would choose him long term. Yeah, that's a tricky one. I hope that things improve. It looks like this is a case where we just need like a little shot of confidence for him here. So I hope that changes. Let's move on to Tiana. I'm sending you a big hug, Priyanka. How will state licensing exam go for Tiana tomorrow? High Priestess in the reverse. 6 of Petals. 5 of Crystals in the reverse, or 5 of Swords in the reverse. So there's going to be something that catches you off guard. High Priestess in the reverse. It's going to be, I think, mostly just you getting in your head. Take a breather. Think about your favorite song. I would say stop and smell the roses, but you're probably going to be inside. But, like, can you blame me? Look, the 5 of Petals is literally, you know, flowers. So, like, this is saying take a moment when you get confronted with a situation where you're like, I don't know if I know this. I hope you screenshot that face. When you get nervous and you're like, I might not know the answer to that. Take a breather. I know you know how to do yoga. It comes back to you or you figure it out. You just need to get through that initial moment of, oh God, I don't know what I'm doing. And then you'll be all right. So we have the 4 of Jars or the 4 of Cups and Judgment. So the worst thing you could do is say, oh, I don't know how to do that, and just leave it, right? But I feel like you're able to power through it and you're like, you know what? I do remember how to do that. Or maybe you break out into song and sing It's All Coming Back to Me Now. You should definitely do that. You're going to be fine. Just get out of your head when you think that something is too difficult. You're too smart for that. Hello, Sundar. How are you doing? Hello, Cody. I hope she's not, and I hope your day is all right. We're going to move on to Stephanie's question. Stephanie is ready to close the chapter on C. What would he do and or say? Ace of Wicks or Ace of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Crystals or Knight of Swords in the reverse. Page of Crystals or Page of Swords in the reverse. And the 6 of Wands. It goes like this. He would feel like this was a missed opportunity. He would feel like frustrated. I'm going to tell you, this is somebody who really likes to think about you and like spicy time. This is, I think, someone who's going to be rather impulsive and say things that are an exaggeration of what happened in order to make you look like not good or the problem, so that he can seem like, no, it's for the best, really. It's a good thing that that person doesn't want to be with me or that I left them. This is going to be about ego, reputation, how do people see me? I'm going to be like a little vindictive around people, but the reality is I see it as a failure or like I fumbled something. So not necessarily the most honest take on it, right? Ooh, let me write that down, Priyanka. Thank you. Checking my last scene on. Okay. To see if you're talking to other people, I got you. All right, I got that for you. Matrimony. All right, so what would he say? 9 of Jars, that he wants something else, that he wasn't really that into you. He's gonna make it seem like it was his decision. Have you ever seen him struggle to get into a car because that massive ego? Like, do you need to have like a semi? This is someone who's going to try to make it sound like you were the problem, everything's fine for him, but he sees it as he failed or he fumbled something. So, not very honest, right? You deserve better than that. So, I'm proud of you, Stephanie. We've got, let's get a different tarot deck. We've got Magdalene up next. And the question was, oh, just random. Let's see what we've got for you. Is there a girl in his life, actually? Or eyes on me? You mean like, is he focused on you? I got you. All right, so what do we have for Magdalene, please? And thank you for the tip. Six of Wands, Two of Cups, Seven of Cups. There is someone here who has a bit of a secret crush on you. I don't feel like this person has been very honest about how they view you, even though I think they've been very positive towards you. This is someone who has seen you succeed or do something kind of special, right? Where other people would give up on something, you were like, no, 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 I can handle this. They respect your tenacity or your ability to go after what you want. But this is someone who has felt like they have to keep their attraction for you a secret. There is an illusion here, maybe even, you know, trying to find ways to see you that aren't really justified, but finding a way to justify them. I don't think they're comfortable telling you how they feel. They feel like they would upset someone if they expressed their interest in you. Either you or someone who feels entitled to you or possessive of you. But this is a person who's admiring you from afar and trying to make it seem like they don't really care about you that way, but they do. Hey, hun, I'm sorry you're having a rough day, and I hope tomorrow is better for you. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Air. How are you doing? I'm glad to hear that, Nasika. And you as well, Super Sauce. So, is there communication about this happening? They're trying to decide. That Two of Pentacles came out kind of sideways. They don't know what your reaction would be. This person thinks you're very attractive. Actually, I think they expect you would not be pleased with it. I think there's a reason why they're not supposed to be interested in you. You're in a relationship, they're in a relationship, you work together, something like that. But this is somebody who's like, I don't think I can tell you. LOL, that's funny. Hello, Melly. Si hablo español. Estoy haciendo cuestiones personales. O se dice individual. I have to switch gears back to English, sorry. Good luck to you, Magdwa. I do feel like you might feel some weirdness with this person, and you'll know why. They're trying to figure out whether or not to say anything. So we've got Lucy up next. How does he feel about me? How does he feel about Lucy? Page of Cups in the reverse. Magician in the reverse. The High Priestess. Feels like there's something about you that makes it difficult to... You can't be manipulated easily. There's this frustration or irritation at how strong your intuition is or how wise you are. Maybe you call this person out. Is there love? Yes. This is someone who feels like there's a like strong connection here, but they're worried about investing too much because they know they would be, it's like I would have to be on my best behavior, right? Should I message or wait for him? I've got you, or I've got that added for you. Thank you, Priyanka. So I don't know, Lucy, it feels like this is someone who is still trying to figure out what would be the obligations or expectations between you all. Hello, Lee, how are you doing? Fool in the reverse. They feel like they can't really compete with your intelligence. Is he worth investing in? Yes. But you will face another crossroads. This is like you're allowing this decision to happen from his side. Are you going to do the right thing? So it's like allow him that opportunity. There's a chance he's going to be immature or, you know, be a punk about it. But there is in the near future an opportunity for you to have a decision. Has this gone the way that I wanted to, or do I need to walk away? But it looks like it's not quite yet. So yes, worth investing in at this point, but you need to make sure that he's making the right moves. What does Lucy need to know right now? Three of Wands, Knight of Swords, Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Six of Cups. There's someone who wants to take action towards you, send you a message, or maybe call you. This is a person who feels like they owe you an apology. They need to make some amends or make things right. And there's too much love for you to imagine letting this continue to kind of have an issue. So this could be a friend, this could be a family member, this could even be an ex, but there's someone from your past who feels like they've done you wrong and they owe you an apology. They need to do it soon. Can Lucy trust them? Yes. This is someone who feels very determined to be honest with you. That doesn't mean you have to forgive. That doesn't mean you have to allow them back into your life. But this is somebody who wants to do right by you. Thank you, Alicia. Let me know if you have a question or if you'd like me just to pull some random cards for you. Is he really coming back? I've got that added, and let's see where we are. Good luck to you, Lucy. I'm sending you a hug. We've got Sayur up next, then Priyanka, and then you, Alicia. So not too long of a wait. Let's go with the Tarot of the Cat people. So for Sayur, we've got a general reading and then anything that needs to be known right now. So here we've got the Lovers and the Ten of Wands in the reverse. An overwhelming choice, a major decision. Not just what do I wear to the party, more like which job do I want to go for, or should I be in this relationship? There's a pretty heavy decision that you're faced with. It's like I feel rushed, like I'm not ready to make this decision yet. I'm getting all like, ugh. Someone's trying to tell you how to make your decision. Someone is trying to influence you or make you feel like you need to do things a different way. And I feel like the guidance here is to do things your way. Yeah. So maybe this is a parent. Maybe this is a boss. You know, make sure that you're not doing anything that puts something serious at risk. But it seems to be saying when someone who is somehow senior to you or feels like they can tell you how to do something, tells you how to do something, it might be worth kind of standing up to that, because it feels to me like you know a better way to do something, or your idea is going to save a lot of trouble. You're so welcome, Lucy. And what else does Sayur need to know right now, please? We have the Three of Swords, disappointment, betrayal, King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. There's someone that you know. I do feel like this is someone you respect, someone who generally has their life together, someone who can manage a lot of difficult things at once or has been there for other people. They are hiding their pain right now. This could be physical pain or emotional pain or both, but we have someone who is taking on too much and nobody is stopping to notice that they need help, like the kind of help that they offer to other people when they're in need. So this would be a kind, generous person, could be a little bit older than you, but they need someone, even if it's just like, hey, do you need a hug? It looks like you've had kind of like a rough day. Or do you need someone to talk to? You want to go, you know, hang out at the park for a little bit and we talk through whatever's going on. This King of Pentacles, they need some friendship or some understanding, some chat, and I feel like you're in a position to be able to help them with that. So I hope you have a wonderful day, Sayur. Priyanka, we've got is M checking matrimony to see when you were last active. Yes. He's not happy. That seems to be the thing that has changed the mood here. So it has made him question, okay, so I guess I'm not good enough, or I guess if our connection isn't, you know, enticing enough, you feel the need to keep looking. So there may need to be some sort of conversation about whether or not you're actually interested in someone else. If this person is, you know, the one that you're focused on, is he talking to someone else? Is there a girl in his life? He's not talking to someone else, or he wasn't. He might be thinking about it now. He might be thinking, okay, well, if that's how it is, then I guess I need to talk to somebody else too. I think he was focused on you. Yes, he was focused on you. And I think still could be, but there needs to be some sort of a conversation here because he's feeling threatened and thinking that you're not attracted to him. Should Priyanka message Mokuldev first? Yes. Should she wait a little? It's about finding the right time, but you should be the one to initiate the conversation. So perhaps you know a little bit about the schedule and when it tends to be ideal, but it does seem to be important to express that, you know, if this is something that would work out, you want to focus on this person, right? That you're not interested in finding somebody new, but you need to know what's going on his side. So I would say consider how you want to phrase things, get a pretty good grasp on that before you send a message, and you'll know when the right time is. Will there be a sign? There's not going to be a sign for you. You're just going to know it in your gut. You know when not to message him. And I feel like right now is the answer to that. Like, don't rush it. But yes, you should be the one to message first, and you'll find the best time, right? Thank you, Holy Yoga. No, not right now. Give it a little bit. Is it like, wait a few hours? It's a little bit longer than a few hours. I don't know, maybe like after dinner time. I don't know what the time zone is there. Although I do think it's really cool that My understanding is India has like, I shouldn't assume that you're there, but India has this like half-hour difference instead of having different time zones across a big area. And that kind of blew my mind. That is pretty late. Okay, so let's see. Does it make sense to wait until tomorrow? In an hour? Like, how late? They keep saying no. All right, when should she message? Yes, at nighttime. Is it more dependent on switching the app notification thing? It's more about, like less about his schedule and more about what you figured out. If you have, you know, changed the settings on your application, if you have told someone, thank you, but I'm not interested, and you can report that and say, hey, you know, I was talking to somebody else, but I want to be clear that I'm interested in you. It's more about how your situation is on your side versus his schedule. So do what you feel like you need to do before you reach out. And if that's something that you need to be able to tell him, hey, I'm not talking to this person anymore. That's the deciding factor for you. I love a shawl. Yes. And I wish you luck. I believe in you. For Alicia, we have, is he really coming back? There's a lot of indecisive energy here. We have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, a sense of something not starting that should have. There's like doubt that is creeping in because now, like, have I missed the right time? Do I have the wrong situation? There's love here. Is this about like hesitation? No. Insecurity? Yeah, we have some insecurity here. Someone who isn't, it's like, oh, I'm not ready. Have you ever tried to drive like a normal human on the highway and then you have to deal with people who don't know how to merge? You know, the people who are joining the highway and it's like 70 miles an hour and here they're going like 40 miles an hour. Yeah, what's up? I'm gonna make you put on your brakes. This is someone who's like, I'm scared of the speed, the like fast moving vehicles. I don't know if I want. There's this hesitation, but why? What was this Page of Pentacles in the reverse? Three of Pentacles. It's work related. Something that seems stable is no longer stable, and this has made the confidence plummet for this person. So is this a delayed return? Yes. I still love you, but I feel like I can't come back right now. Thank you for the tip, Lucy. Alicia, I'm sending you a hug. And I think I can just dive into that question now, Lucy. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yeah, we're good. Do the cards, well, is it in Lucy's best interest to move to another state next year? Yes. The number 5 is important. So it could be around May. There's something that's more balanced there. Honestly, I feel like it's what you would get paid. So maybe the job market is better or the cost of living is more reasonable, but there's something here about May being a different chapter for you, something starting in May that makes things more equitable or fair in terms of your pay or your financial situation. Devil in the reverse, you're able to cut something out that is an unnecessary problem. So I hope you have some boxes and somebody with a truck, or maybe you got a truck. And I wish you good luck with the move. All right. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you on the